NAIDOC Week means to me, it's a way for us to pay our respects to our ancestors. As First Nations people, we hold our culture very close to our hearts, and so that NAIDOC Week gives us an opportunity to express our culture in a more open way in Australia.
As a Gumbaynggirr woman, NAIDOC Week to me means a celebration. It's a week where we get to embrace First Nations people, our rich culture, our diversity, our resilience, and it's just a time where we can celebrate the professionalism of all First Nations people.
So the things that AC Carina do around NAIDOC Week is we specifically have our Indigenous football rounds based throughout NAIDOC Week. That way if there are Indigenous players like myself and Kirrily, Phillips in the women's, it gives us a little bit more pride to play the sport that we love and also represent our people.
It's really important to play at a club like AC Carina that really embraces our First Nations culture. Nick and Josh at the club, they're fully committed to bettering and developing strong connections to Aboriginal people, and that real voice for us for better opportunities.
NAIDOC Week celebrates our history and our achievements as First Nation peoples. NAIDOC theme Heal Country, it reminds us all that we have an obligation to help protect our lands, our waters, our sacred sites from destruction. And it is so important to celebrate Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture and to acknowledge our connection to country.
A welcome to country sort of is, if we're on someone else's land, we pay our respects to the traditional landowners, and so the ceremony before the game is a welcome to country as well as a song and dance of people from this land. So it's just a cultural thing that we do.
We've got a traditional Aboriginal dance group come out and do singing and dancing for us to kickstart off the Prem's game. So events like Indigenous Round Down at AC Carina really provides a pathway for Indigenous football players.
I mean, obviously, because it's a sport that we love, and to have two worlds combined, my culture and the sport that I love combined, and have a club that understands that is huge. So I love playing football in general, but then I have that, I'm playing for mob behind me as well, and and to have a club that understands that, massive.